up, up, down, down, left, right, be a start. For gamers and even non-gamers, this phrase should ring a bell, but where did it come from? Most people will say Contra, but the truth is, this was actually made to test out Gradius on the NES while it was in development, and it was done due to this game being so difficult. It wound up being left in, and considering this game's difficulty, thank the gaming gods. This horizontal space shooter puts you in charge of the spaceship called the Vic Viper while you shoot your way through 6 levels of space and walls of bullets and enemies. This game is very faithful to the port of the arcade version, and the soundtrack is phenomenal, as was the norm for Konami back then. While shooting enemies, some may drop red capsules and blue capsules. Red capsules are the most common, and you can accumulate them to choose which weapons and shields you want to use through your playthrough. Certain weapons can be stacked. For example, you can choose speed over and over and over again. However, choosing it too many times will make you too fast, making the game really difficult to play. Blue capsules get dropped much less often, but when they're collected, all the enemies on the screen will be eliminated. Once you've fought your way through the 6 levels of hell, you have to face Mother Brain. While this sounds interesting and fun, it's actually pretty lackluster. You give it a few shots, and then it explodes. You get a short cutscene, and then the game restarts from level 1. So even though this is a review, I don't want to give a numerical score on the game. I simply want to say if I thought it was good enough, and if I thought you should play it. With that said, if you want a challenge, a game with decent controls, and fantastic music, look no further. With that said, don't go looking for a satisfying ending. So that's my thoughts on Gradius for the NES. Couple things that I want to bring up that I didn't mention before. You're going to run into slowdown badly the further you progress into the game. It goes from a simple horizontal shooter to more of a bullet hell style shooter, and the more enemies you have on screen, the more it's going to slow down. There was a level that was so bad I really thought the game was broken, but it couldn't handle what was on the screen. Another thing, you're going to notice a bit of repeating in the levels, and some of the bosses, like the end ships you'll see. It's due to limitations of the time for the machines. It was ported from everything from arcade systems to the microcomputers to the MSX. As you see here, the Master System it was even ported to. And eventually it wound up getting sequels all the way up until the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation 1. On top of that, there also was a spin-off series, you may not know of it, but it's called Life Force. Life Force kind of became more popular than Gradius for a while, and just figured I'd give it a bit of love since this is a game that my father and I would sit down and play for hours when I was a kid. And for the first time in 29 years, I beat it. But if you're looking for a challenging game from the 8-bit era that's fairly true to an arcade port of its time, Gradius is definitely worth giving a shot. If not for the challenge, for the music alone. So, if you liked it, give me a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know the drill. Every YouTuber does this. Everything's in the description if you need it. Till next time, guys, take care.